Get on the flavor train. Get on the flavor train. Get on the flavor train. Get on the flavor train with your girl, Lady T. Ooh, yeah. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tanya Lady T, and this is another edition of the Flavor Train. Get on board because what? The tickets are free. I don't know why I like to do that. My mom's over here looking at me like, get it on, girl. All right, today. Tony, look, I waited as long as I could. Tony is either delayed, but I ain't going to deny myself. We've got, yeah, it sure is. I mean, come on now.
I'm getting ready to eat now. I know it's time.
Oh, okay. We got some great northern beans with fresh pork sausage in the bad boys. We got plain white rice over there in the corner pocket. And in the deep left corner pocket is a piece of hunk of burning love cornbread. And that's just my adjectives. Don't try to look for a hunk of burning love cornbread in your grocery store. You won't find it.
But if you taste that, you might start singing it.
Some green beans and some curry chicken. And this is regular lemonade today, correct, Mother?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on and say grace. Thank you, most gracious and heavenly Father, for the food I'm about to receive, for the nourishment of my body, for Christ's sake. Amen. You know, I was going to tell you, I have a rap spirit that's come. I'm going to spare you. I'm not going to do it.
Look, if you want, I recorded that, whatever it was you did in 17 minutes. I got it on my phone. And I'll send it to you. You can listen to it anytime. You yourself a rap.
I mean, I wanted to rap so bad. I felt.
I'm gonna help you out because I'm gonna.
Don't send it to me because that was so
whack.
out of the normal. Oh my goodness!
So you think you can do better? Is that what
I think I can do better. I really do.
So, honey, because I was disappointed that day. I was disappointed because I thought to myself, now I know this girl can sing. She ought to be able to rap. What is that?
That's good.
And look, I did my curry today, my curry chicken. I did not slice that chicken. I did.
Oh my God, I'm great.
I went to Sam's Club and I got me some of that rotisserie chicken and made my curry gravy. Honey, I took a load off today.
Oh!
You busted on one of them sausage, didn't you?
That's how I did mine that time.
Did you see this picture of Calvin on Facebook?
When did you get all them tattoos?
That says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Who shall
That I fear."
Yeah, he had that done a long time ago.
Really?
The scripture, I don't know about that.
I didn't even know he was tatted up.
Yeah, and this is a lamp, but he's a good-looking boy. Good-looking boy. I wrote him a little note because he's typically.
That's on his Facebook page.
Yeah. Oh, look at his haircut. Oh, look! I forgot they do all of this. I think Junior did this. Look how he cuts his hair, and he does his beard and all of that.
Who's doing that to him?
I think it's Junior. He used to do it. I'm sure that's Junior.
Oh, okay. Say that barber money.
Junior's good. You need to get up here and get on.
These northern. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I had some chopped up onions on this bad boy too.
Oh, that's a girl talking.
There's actually a lot of women barbers.
Oh yeah, woman barber used to cut my hair on the base. In fact, she's still out. That's
Rex's barber is a female.
Yeah, she's real good. She cuts all them GIs be lined up waiting on her too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That be saying, I don't want. They stand in line waiting.
Yeah, she's good. And she has a very good spirit, soft spoken.
Mm-hmm.
And she was at Sam's, so I didn't talk to her,
my.
but I just saw her.
This is so good.
And it's just so simple, just
simple.
I put that together in about an hour. That's a 2-hour meal. And what cut the time in half was the chicken. I didn't have to do all that to the chicken. Because I went to Sam's Club the other day. You know how you buy the rotisserie chickens at the end of the night? They don't sell them all. They cut them in half.
Off.
And no, they cut them up into,
into
breast pieces or leg and thigh.
They used to mark them down. They don't mark them down?
They mark them down to $3.99 or whatever. And they put them in pack like you want to buy all drumsticks and thighs. You can buy a pack like that. They have 6 in there.
Oh, really?
And then they have 4 big old breasts in a pack for $3.99. So I went in there to get a rotisserie chicken the other night because I was too tired to cook. And when I got in there, the rotisserie thing was empty, and I almost started crying. And then I said, Lord, they can't do this today. So I walked on around to the where they keep that sushi and all that. That's where they have it. So they had some 2 or 3 packs, and I got a pack of these. I said, you know what, I'm gonna try that with curry. It works fine for me, honey. I won't be cutting up no more chicken, no more raw chicken no time soon. Honey, if it'll work, that looks good. And I'm about working smart, not hard. I don't have to be the inventor. I know how to add to and then the rest of the meal.
That was a pretty candle holder.
Yes. What that is? They look like mincemeat pie. That's what it is.
We're watching on Netflix the Big Family Cook-Off.
Look like cream.
A cooking show.
Now see this show, I would go on that show and cook.
Yeah.
A lot of them others where it's got every piece of onion got to be cut the exact. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm about to say they don't taste no different.
So
I know for that kind of cooking, it's about the presentation.
About presentation when you're serving in a restaurant.
Those guys are cooking, working these big fancy restaurants. Really, I don't care about how fancy it is. I care about how it tastes.
Taste.
Some of that pretty stuff you end up gonna have no taste.
Taste to it.
Piss you off, and you're gonna pay 3 times the price for it.
Y'all need to do it. Get you some great northern beans and slice up some pork sausage. That's country eating. This cornbread is on the 1. It's on the 2. It's on the 3.
No, Rick said, how about 4? When was the last time you heard somebody say that getting them spooks gonna get you?
Huh?
Spooks. That's my grandma used to say that.
People get spooked like that woman spooked you. That woman on that telemarketer. She spooked you. You heard up and got off the phone with her.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that in a long time. I mean,
4-year-old Kareem, Rick said. No, Rick said it the other day. He said it one day last week, and I thought, maybe that is what he said.
Well, you know his old.
That's what I thought. I said it must be. I said
he heard from his other grandparents.
My grandma used to say that. I said that's a grandma words.
What did he say?
He said, "No, Gigi, don't turn that light. Those spooks gonna get me." And I said.
They associate darkness with the boogeyman.
Yeah, and I don't let him do that here. I tell him, look, when the spooks come in here, me and Jesus gonna bust them up. I said, how about that?
How about that?
I said, so we don't do spooks in here. I said, no spooks in here. They're not allowed. I said, and honey, Jesus ain't gonna let one run up in here because they already know. I'll bust them up.
Give him a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, so, and then he said, no, G, there's some spooks. There's spooks on you. I'm thinking, what the word do you know about spooks?
Spooks.
What about spooks?
Somebody told him that.
And I asked him, I said, no, what you know about spooks? That's what he said. They'll get you.
What it is, he probably like to go somewhere he ain't supposed to go. Or mess with something. Like that little African doll down there. They kept on messing with it, and it keep them from messing with it. But what really messed them up is when she actually moved, and that was gravity. You know, it wasn't no spooks. Yeah.
And that's why I told him don't touch it, because I knew it didn't take a whole lot for it to topple. But Mr. Manish touched it.
Yeah.
And I bet they got him already together. Boy, he ran himself.
But you know, it don't take much to spook children.
No.
But a lot of parents will say stuff
to
to
use that. I never did
they'll use that to keep them from bothering stuff.
I never did that like that. Ooh, boogeyman gonna get on. I don't believe in all that food. I ain't never believed in all that.
The boogeyman.
I wish the boogeyman would come up to my face. Time I got through beating him, he'd be glad to get on with me.
Talk about the boogeyman.
Yeah.
That's a fun conversation. What was some of the stuff y'all were told growing up? Put it in the party section down below.
But you know what we did used to do as children? You know, all children go through what they go through.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have this story. We used to sit out under the street light just before it got real dark and be sitting around. We would tell the ghost story.
Oh yeah. Wasn't there a way you started it?
Mm-hmm.
How did it go? Mama, daddy, sister, brother.
Mm-hmm.
The boogeyman is undercover. Don't put your head up under them sheets.
Dude, you like these
Or Casper the Friendly Ghost, you may meet.
you still couldn't do it right. You want bread and butter pickles?
You know what? Actually, I love bread and butter. Yeah, you can stick your hand in it because that's your job.
My hands are clean. These pickles is good.
Just one more. They are. I love a bread and butter.
I just bought happenstance bought them today.
I'm a pickle lover. And I don't keep it undercover. You want me to keep going? I told you I had that rap. I want to rhyme.
Y'all tell them to stop.
I want to rhyme. Sometimes it may not be on time. Rhyming ain't no crime. Just give me some time.
Don't make people look at you differently, please.
But what were you going to say, John on Apple Stick?
No. The one we used to do, Johnny, I want my liver back. And honey, we used to sit around, and the older kids, because when we used to do that, I was probably about 8 or 9. And them older kids, see, back in the day, the older kids, like 12, 13, 14, 15, they would, interact with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we sit around, and they would tell them stories. See, they could tell them stories in a way that would scare the little kids. And,
so we would tell each other stuff from what our friends would tell us. But yeah, you're right. You and Dad, y'all didn't do that.
No.
That boogeyman boo-boo mess. We learned that stuff from other children.
Yeah, we never do it. I never, because as a child.
But hold on, I hate to cut you off. They're gonna tear me up in the comment section. But Mom, hold on. Johnny giving my liver back. How did that come?
The story went that this man was named Johnny. Somebody stole his liver, and of course he died.
I was gonna say, well, he was the dead Johnny.
He died, and then after he died, he came back. Now, a boy named Johnny took his liver. That's what it was.
Oh.
And when he came back, he come back, and the whole story went, Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. And whoever's telling the story, that's what they would do. Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. And then Johnny would say, I ain't got your liver. The guy would say, I ain't got your liver, I ain't got your liver. So then the guy said, Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. And then he said, Johnny, Johnny, I'm on your street, Johnny. And then he would be doing like this, Johnny, Johnny, I'm by your neighbor's house, Johnny. Johnny, Johnny, I'm in your yard, Johnny. Johnny, Johnny, I'm on your first doorstep. Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. And they go on up every step. Johnny, Johnny, I'm in your living room, Johnny.
Oh, so closer
Johnny,
and closer.
Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. And you be sitting there, little kids, we be sitting there like,
Right.
Johnny, Johnny, I'm by your mama's room, Johnny.
And they turn around and look at their mama room.
Johnny, I want my liver back. And then they keep on, he said, Johnny, Johnny, I'm in your kitchen, Johnny. And then, Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. Johnny, Johnny, I need my liver back. Johnny, Johnny, I'm in the hallway, Johnny. Johnny, Johnny, I want my liver back. Johnny, I want my liver back. I would do that, girl. We would take
Child.
off. And the way they
And you know
do
what?
it as a child, because they would tell it, and you don't know what route they taking through your house until they just say, I want my liver back. Girl, we would take off running.
Yeah, we would do stuff. We would do stuff to scare each other.
Yeah.
And especially during the summertime. Because that's when you go to your little camp, summer camps, your little programs at your summer, you know, and they have all that. Yeah, we used to do stuff like that. I can't remember how, you know, I can remember stuff like that.
And you know, and sitting around the campfire, you know, telling them little campfire stories, and whoever had a story to
Yeah,
tell.
because when I was in the Brownies, we did all that.
So you can, you know, make a story, tell a story, something that's half as scary. But back in our day, there was that Johnny, and I mean, we would sit out there every night and do Johnny, I want my liver back. But that was the scariest story of all. And they get us every time.
And then people be telling stories, telling lies and squatting that fly.
Yes, sir.
They be telling them scary stories and they be lying.
Cause that was it.
But it was scary, but they were lying.
Yeah, they done made it up.
They done made it up.
Well, it's called, I got a book of folk tales, folklore. And some of those stories, them folklore stories, there's some stories in those books. So we used to, on our street, there was an older lady that lived in Miss Woods. I'll never forget this. When she looked like, you know, to me, a child, she looked like she was 100. She was real, real old, and she had real gray hair. And she was mean. She would always get it running across her peach trees and all that kind of stuff. And when we be sitting out, and usually how it worked out, because our house, I guess, was on the corner, and I guess that's how we always ended up. We end up on my front porch, on our front porch, because the street light was right there. We sit out there and tell them stories, and they get started talking about Miss Woods. Miss Woods gonna get you. Miss Woods gonna come down the street. And when you can see to go to school, we had to pass Miss Wood's house. Because she lived almost right on the corner, and then right across the corner was Morehouse College campus. And so that's what we had to go through. So we had to walk through that campus to get to school. And honey, we have to walk by her house, and we cross the street on the other side, not to walk by Miss Wood's house. So, you know, as you got older, you knew better. But honey, what broke me up, there was a lady, Miss Woods had this big old house, and she rented out rooms. And this old lady moved in one of those rooms. What was her name? And she was one of the people that, because I could cook probably when I was born. So she taught me how to make biscuits. Well, not my mom taught me how to make biscuits. She taught me how to fry that pork steak and make that strong coffee. So what she asked me one day, she was in a wheelchair, and she wanted me to come and go to the store for her. And after that, I used to go all the time. So she said every Saturday morning, she told me to come to her house. She would fry pork steak and make whole cake biscuits and make that gravy and that strong.
What kind of biscuits?
Whole cakes. The whole cakes are, they're biscuits, but they're big, and they call them.
Oh, okay.
And she would make that strong, sweet coffee. Girl, that was good to me. Every Saturday morning, I'd get up. You know, Mom knew what I was doing. So I would get up early Saturday on Saturday morning, go to that, what was her, I can't think of her name, but she lived in Miss Wood's house. And I would sit there and she would feed me, honey. She'd give me my piece of pork steak and my biscuit and my whole cake and my gravy, and she'd let me have that strong coffee. That's how I learned how to drink coffee.
Mm.
But that was good. Ooh, that was good to me. I don't know why I can't think of it. And I, as a child, when people treat you good, you remember, and I can just remember feeling so good. And she showed me how she fried that steak, honey. She would fry that steak in that lard.
Ooh.
Good.
Oh, God Almighty. Fried chicken in lard, honey. Yeah, I know they frown on it. You ain't had no fried chicken until you had some fried chicken in lard.
Ooh, yeah, that pork steak, she would wash it and put nothing but black pepper and salt. And then she dip it in that flour, and then she lay it in that pan, and it would be, because pork steaks are kind of thin. She would fry that steak and that fat round there. Oh, it was cooked just right.
Right.
It was almost crispy. And then when she get through frying that pork steak, she take that grease and put that flour in there and make that gravy. Girl, I can remember, huh? She give me a whole cake. My little stomach was about to bust wide open. And I would sit there and I, you know how certain things that I can taste it now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Bring back memories.
I'm scared to cook that now. I probably eat myself into oblivion.
Yeah.
Because, honey, all I remember was those whole cakes and pork steak and gravy and that strong. I can remember that. I can taste that real. And anytime now that I get a hold of some real strong coffee, my mind goes back to her.
See, that's why I love Colombian coffee. I like to taste that bite,
mm-hmm.
that Colombian taste.
And you know what else? She used to have some kind of little tin cups. You know, when you think about things, that's why I'm so drunk. Now I'm thinking that's probably why I just went right. I'm just drawn. I drink everything out of my hot stuff out of them tin cups. She had those tin cups, and she would fix that food. And I think I'm trying to remember, because she was in a wheelchair, but she would get to that stove and cook. I guess I can't remember if she stood up and did it or sat in her chair and did it.
Mm.
But she could cook that. She could every Saturday morning. And I guess, as a small child, you don't realize the details of things. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I guess she either died or whatever, or we moved or something happened, because that ended. And I never, ever forgot that. And it probably maybe went on a couple, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But that was good to me. Ooh, that was good to me.
Mm.
And I can remember just like it was yesterday. Pork steak. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do me some biscuits. I'm scared to eat biscuits.
I'm gonna make some. I want to make them mayonnaise biscuits. I got my rolling pin.
You know what I forgot to
with extra butter.
Heat up. I made a tortilla last night because I was hungry. I thought I ain't eating a whole lot, so I declared war on meat. That's what I videoed. And lo and behold, it wasn't even on my phone.
Your tortilla, the ones we used to eat in Spain, tortilla.
But what I did, I chopped up some cabbage. I chopped up some. Well, of course, you put onions and peppers in, but I chopped up cabbage, and I chopped some asparagus, and put it in that mixture. And then when I poured the first of it in, I put cheese in the middle, and I topped it off with the rest of it. That was good. Still in the refrigerator. I forgot all. I meant to pull it out today.
Well, I guess Tony gonna come later on. But Lisa probably had to work, and he probably waiting on her.
She doesn't get off till like 6, and then she said it takes her like to 6:15.
All right, y'all. Well, we done had our spook talk. So, what spooked you growing up, y'all? Wait a minute. What spooks you now?
I know that's right. You used to be scared about a whole bunch of stuff, man. But you know what? I declare war on being scared.
I'm not scared on stuff like that no more.
I'm not a bully, but I ain't scared of nothing walking and breathing. You hear me? I ain't scared of it.
Yeah, but I can remember there were certain things that raised my jazz growing up. There were just certain things that like some people today, they're scared of clowns. Clown figurines. They ain't having it, honey. They ain't having it.
No, I ain't gonna be in that kind of fun. Nothing that can't do no more than I could do if I wanted to do, and I would never do that to nobody.
Yeah.
No, honey, I ain't Hey, Stephen, you might beat me to a pulp, but I ain't never gonna be scared of you.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, y'all.
You know what? And I learned that from childhood because when this girl used to beat my tail every day. The girl lived right across Evelyn. I won't never forget Evelyn's name.
Really?
She used to beat me up every day on the way home from school.
Oh.
And I've always been a peacemaker. I like peace and like to laugh and talk, have a good time. She would whoop my tail every day on Morehouse campus under that tree.
See, nobody ever beat me up, but there was a girl on the bus.
Right.
She was, of course, I can't remember what grade I was, but I was still a little girl wearing barrettes. And she was always look at me, and she do her nose like this to me.
Kids are so cruel.
And she used to do that to me all the time. And she used to pull at my socks. She would take my socks and, like snap them.
She's a weirdo.
But she never did, other than outside of that, she just always used to look at me and intimidate me, and she would do that thing with her nose.
That was just pure aggravation.
I still remember that. And I'm gonna tell you something else, so I still remember, and I think about it every once in a blue moon when I'm either having conversations like this with you, or just just when me and Rex are talking, just stuff. I'm here. I'm still believing. Years and years ago, I was probably 8 or 9, about 8-ish. Mm-hmm. I still believe there was a Asian looking woman. She used to stand in the doorway, and she would look at me and smile.
Wow.
I think it was when we were in Florida. How old was I when we were in Florida? That was about the time around that age, wasn't it?
That was before Spain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause it was Florida, Spain, then we went to Mississippi.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't have nobody Asian come to the house?
Florida. No, because we met Sudan now, that was on the Asian friend that I had.
This was just some woman and then I later saw her on a picture.
From Florida. You sure she was Asian?
Yeah, she was Asian because she had a pie face. She had a pie. I'm not being ugly because that's how that. And she had one of them boy haircuts.
Can't think of nobody though. I'm trying to think. I got lots of pictures. Because if it was somebody that came to the house.
And matter of fact, in the picture, she had it was like the exposure element of the picture was ruined, and it was like a shadow. It was like a how you take a picture in the sunlight and the sunlight is dominant, but you can see profiles of people because you thought you were taking a picture of your friends or whatever. Right. But when the exposure came out back in the day, when we had to go and have pictures printed out, honey. Mm-hmm. It ain't like the camera phones now. But yeah. I mean, it's no biggie. I'm not spooked about it, but up until probably in my late teens, I always wondered who that woman was.
I can't think of nobody with short hair. Oh, did she have a bun?
What you mean a bun?
Did she wear her hair pulled back in a bun? Because that was one girl. She was black, but she
this was an Asian woman because her face was real round. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, she reminds you of Tansy's face when Tansy had that Jerry curl. Cut. We need to move on. Look, y'all.
That rascal wrote me a note at 1:15 in the morning with a picture of her. And what had happened, one of her friends, I can't forget who it was, came by here. Her picture with them baby when she was mad because she couldn't have her hair like yours on that picture.
Oh.
Well, this guy came by here, and what he did, he took a picture.
Oh yeah.
And he put it on Facebook the other day.
Honey, Facebook get people in trouble. Facebook get people in trouble. That boy posted that picture, teasing that.
She wrote me a letter night before last talking about this your fault. I said, no, it ain't. You too much crudeness.
Honey, Facebook get folks fighting, honey.
They must have been messing with people.
Anyway, I'm finna let y'all go because I want to go and get this video up, you know. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for stopping on the flavor train because what? Flavor is where it's at. Bye, y'all. Love y'all.
Bye, y'all. Blessed day.
And see, Lisa normally stops it